Today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful ZGallerie inspired feathered silver wall art. It's made up of what looks like over 100 silver feathers, but guess what? There are no feathers in this piece. Don't believe me? Well, stay tuned and I'll show you how this was done. Hello everyone, it's Toni and I am online reading your comments. I just love your comments. Thank you so much. You just make my day every morning. So anyway, I was online and someone asked if I could recreate a ZGallerie silver's feathered wall piece. Now I don't have a ZGallerie near me, so I'm going to look online to see what that looks like. Ooh, it's $300. It's $298 on sale. So it looks like it's a beautiful piece. It's made up of hundreds of goose feathers painted silver, and it's inside a frame case. So I think that's something I could create. But first, before I do that, I always wondered how they collected the feathers to make these things. I'm going to look up to see how that's done. Okay, so I wanted to make sure they were not killing geese to do this, and they're not killing geese, but what they do is they actually rip the feathers off the geese, and it looks really cruel and painful. So I don't want to do anything to contribute to that happening. So I do want to make this piece because I think it is beautiful. So I'm going to figure out a way to recreate something that looks like that without any feathers. And you know what? I think I have an idea. Follow me. I have stacks of paper just lying around my office. This might work. It's white like feathers, it's light like feathers, and hey, I use paper to make flowers. Why not use paper to make feathers? I think this might be a great solution. Let's try it. So I think most large goose feathers are about 10 inches. So I'm going to start with a stack of 8.5 by 11 copy paper, and I'm going to roughly draw a few large goose feather shapes. To make this look more like real feathers, I'm going to put little curved notches all the way around the edges so that it looks like feathers look when they sort of clump together and the little feather hairs separate at different points on the feather. Okay, so now I'm going to take this drawing with a stack of 10 sheets and place this aside. I also want to have medium-sized feathers, so I'm going to turn the paper horizontally to draw feathers that are about 7 to 8 inches long. And I'm drawing these the same way as the large ones. But this time I'm able to fit 6 on the page. Now once again, I'm taking the sheet with the drawing and a stack of 10 sheets, and I'll set that aside. And now I like to draw small feathers. But first I'm going to draw a line to halfen up this paper. On this sheet I was able to draw 12 feathers. So now I'm ready to cut out 10 stacks each of small, medium, and large feathers. And I'll have enough variety so that they'll look like they're each uniquely different feathers. So I'm going to take the first stack and cut out one feather at a time. And cut out all the notches. Then I'm going to hold all the 10 pieces together and fold the piece in half so that I can make a spine down the center of the feathers. And lastly, I'm going to make little slits all along the side of the stack. I'm going to cut at the appropriate angle. These slits will be about 1/8 of an inch apart. And they're really like little fringes around the edges to give the appearance of little feather hairs. After fringing all the way around, you want to separate each piece by pulling from the bottom stem. And I'm going to stack together all alike feathers. But I think this will be perfect. This is what one of the large feathers look like cut out. So I'm going to stack this group together and finish cutting out all the rest. I'm going to switch to my favorite scissors. These actually work a lot better when cutting through stacks of paper. Wow, these really look a lot like real feathers. I want to show you the difference between one with long slits and one with short slits. The little fringes that I made. You see, when I have the short fringes, it looks like a nice uniform feather, and with the long fringes, it causes the fringes to curl up a little, so it looks like a fluffy feather. And I have a variety of different sizes, so they will all look like different unique feathers. And I think when it's all put together, it's going to be perfect. So all my stacks are cut out now, and I have 40 large feathers, 60 medium feathers, and 120 small feathers. So now let's take them outside to spray paint them. To turn on my feathers silver, I'm using Rust-Oleum Metallic Aluminum Spray Paint. Now the easiest way to spray paint these is to take each group and fan them out from the center point all the way around and make sure the stems meet at the center point. Now since this paper is light as a feather, you need a weight to hold these pieces down while you spray them. I had these little dessert shot glasses hanging around, and you want something that you won't mind getting silver paint on. These came 3 in a pack from Dollar Tree. And this silver spray paint I got from Walmart for about $4. Okay, so I'm just going to give my feathers a nice even coat of silver spray paint. And make sure you have on gloves, because you're going to have to move these around as they blow a little in the wind and with the spray paint. After you spray the feathers all the way around, you could pick up the cup and spray the middle just to get the tips. And do that quickly before the wind blows them. I'm spraying 2 light coats, and you only have to spray one side. After each group dries, put them together in groups and put them in a large baggie. I want to try to keep all the light groups together. And you're going to do exactly the same for the medium and the small feathers. After I finished creating my silver feathers, I went out to look for a frame that would be similar to the inspiration piece. I wasn't able to find a box display frame like the inspiration piece, but I found this nice wall mirror with a beveled mirror frame. And I thought it would be great as an open frame for the feathers. Now this mirror is not as big as the inspiration one, which was 35 by 35 inches. This one is 19 by 26 inches, and it really is a nice heavy strong piece for just $35. I found this mirror at Walmart. Okay, so I have all my feathers spray painted silver in 3 different bags for small, medium, and large. I'm going to start with the large feathers, and I'm putting the feathers that are alike together in sections near the frame so I can grab them easily. I'm going to start by positioning the largest feathers around near the outside edge of the mirror, and I want to place these feathers so that they all are different. That's why I put these in like stacks so that I could put down a different feather next to the one before it and they will all appear to have a naturally unique look for each of them. Now I'm placing these all the way around, and I'm going to position them to make sure they're where I want them. And then I'll have to cut most of the tips of the feathers as they meet the center.
Can you take me to that place?
Okay, now that I have this first layer positioned, I'm going to start gluing these down. I'm using the Gorilla Clear Grip Glue and the hot glue. Since the hot glue doesn't stay very well on glass for a long period of time, I'm using this Gorilla Glue on the pieces that I have attached to the glass. I'm also going to use the hot glue gun just to stick it down immediately. I used dots of Gorilla Glue about 1 inch apart, and I'm putting hot glue in between those spaces. Glue goes from the bottom almost to the top of the feather. I did this with each of my large feather pieces, and this is my first layer. Now on this mirror frame, I'm not going to use all my large feather pieces. Here I used about 24 feathers. Now next I'm going to start positioning my medium-sized feather pieces, and I want these pieces to fall about 1 inch below the larger piece. So I'm going to cut the stems accordingly. And this time I'm putting the Gorilla Clear Grip Glue at the bottom where it meets the mirror. The rest, since it's sticking to paper, I will use hot glue. And this time I'm not going all the way up to the tip. Rather than being flat like the inspiration piece, I want these to fan out and have more of a three-dimensional look. And this is my second layer with the medium-sized pieces. Next I'm gluing a layer of the smallest feathers, and these will also go about 1 inch below the medium-sized feathers. And this is what that third layer looks like. Now I'm going to do another layer of small pieces. I'm going to cut these even shorter and fan these around the middle, but I'm just going to put glue right at the bottom edge because I want the outer edges to sort of sit up. And then I'm going to put down one more small layer and really bend those up. Then finally I'll cut 2 or 3 more small pieces and glue those straight up in the center. Okay, so now I think I'm pretty much done. Although looking at it, the ZGallerie piece has more of a squared off look to it. So I'm going to use some of these smaller feathers and place in between around the edges, and this will give it more of a defined rectangle look. And since these new pieces will be touching the mirror, I'm just going to go in with the Gorilla Clear Grip Glue, lift up those new pieces and put a little glue underneath. Now that's more like it. I think it's time to hang this in my living room. So for just $40, I just created my own $300 feathered silver wall art. Okay, I think this will go great right here next to my Bohemian crystal floor lamp. Oh, Ian, look at this piece. What do you think?
quite extravagant.
How would you think that I made that piece?
Well, my guess would be that you got a mirror, perhaps a few mirrors, cut them up, put them together, and then got a bunch of what looks like some bird feathers, and spray painted them, and then maybe put them together in layers like that, almost like a flower.
Would you believe that these are not feathers at all?
Oh wow!
They're actually made out of paper.
Wow, I would have never guessed. So much detail in there. They actually look like feathers.
Well, cool.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, mission accomplished. And I didn't hurt any birds to make this.
No animals are harmed in the creation of this product.
Now you can pick up all my favorite crafting supplies and products used on this show with the one-click, easy shopping, and fast delivery convenience of Amazon. On my new Amazon shopping page, type in amazon.com/shop/yourhouseofhometv and you'll find all the supplies for my newest project, all my crafting supplies, project pieces, home decor, kitchen, garden, and more. And pick up our Your House of Home metallic multi-surface acrylic paint. With 8 shimmering colors, you can mix millions of colors and paint on any surface, indoor or outdoor, to create endless home beauty. And while you're there, add to your cart our Book of Elegant Home Crafts Volume 1, filled with step-by-step instructions for your favorite projects. Available here in paperback and ebook. See the information tab for the hardcover. Get this and all the supplies you need for your next project all in one place. I'll be working every day to add great products to make home crafting fast and easy. Follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Snapchat at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV for daily home, food, and gardening tips.